Imagine a world where people used giant animal bones as trumpets and crafted flutes from eagle bones to send messages across vast mountains. Welcome to the ancient world of musical instruments, where sound was more than music. It was magic, communication, and culture. Thousands of years ago, long before electric guitars or pianos, civilizations across the globe invented quirky and fascinating instruments that shaped their societies in unexpected ways. Take the ancient Sumerians, for example, around 3000 BCE in Mesopotamia. They played the lyre, a harp-like instrument with wooden frames and strings made from sheep gut. But here's the twist. The lyre wasn't just for entertainment. It was central to religious ceremonies, believed to connect humans to the gods through sound vibrations. Meanwhile, in ancient China, archaeologists unearthed sets of jade and stone chime bells dating back to 2000 BCE. These bells, called bianzhong, weren't just instruments, they were symbols of power and status. Only nobles could own and perform on them, and their precise tuning represented the ruler's control over harmony in the universe. Now travel to the Arctic regions where the Inuit people crafted the qilaut, a frame drum made from caribou skin stretched over a wooden hoop. But this drum wasn't your typical musical toy. It was used in shamanic rituals to communicate with the spirit world, heal the sick, and ensure a successful hunt. The sound was believed to bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual realms. Let's not forget the ancient Greeks, who created the aulos, a double-reeded instrument, somewhat like a modern oboe. But here's the quirky part. Players often used circular breathing to keep the sound continuous, creating haunting melodies that accompanied theater performances and religious festivals. This technique is still admired by wind players today. Across the Pacific, the Maori of New Zealand carved wooden pipes called ko'au. These instruments were small but powerful, used to express emotions and tell stories through music. The craftsmanship was so intricate that each ko'au was unique, reflecting the identity and mana or spiritual power of its player. What ties all these ancient instruments together is their role beyond just making music. They were tools of communication, spiritual connection, social status, and storytelling. These sounds shaped rituals, influenced politics, and preserved histories before writing was common. So next time you hear music, remember it's part of a tradition thousands of years old, where every note carried meaning far beyond melody. Here's a mind-bender. Some ancient instruments like the bone flute found in Germany are over 40,000 years old, making them the oldest known musical instruments in human history. What do you think those early humans felt when they played their first tunes? Did they realize they were starting something that would echo through millennia? Moving beyond these well-known examples, consider the didgeridoo of the Aboriginal Australians, an ancient wind instrument made from hollowed-out eucalyptus branches. Believed to be one of the oldest wind instruments still in use today, the didgeridoo produces a deep, resonant drone that is said to mimic natural sounds of the Australian landscape, bird calls, animal noises, and the wind itself. The instrument was integral to ceremonies and storytelling, connecting players to their ancestral lands and spirits. In the deserts of Africa, the talking drum served as more than just a musical instrument. Crafted from hollowed wood, with animal skin stretched tightly over its surface, the talking drum could imitate the tone and rhythm of human speech. This allowed drummers to send messages over long distances, sharing news, warnings, and stories. The ability to talk through music showcases how deeply intertwined communication and sound were in ancient societies. Journeying to the Americas, the Inca civilization used a variety of instruments, like the panpipes or siku, made from bundles of bamboo tubes of differing lengths. Played in ensembles, the panpipes created layered melodies that accompanied festivals, agricultural rituals, and military events. These sounds not only entertained, but reinforced community bonds and cultural identity. The complexity of Incan music reveals a sophisticated understanding of harmony and collective performance. In ancient Egypt, music was a vital part of daily life and spiritual practice. The sistrum, a rattle-like instrument made of metal, was shaken during religious ceremonies to invoke the goddess Hathor, associated with music, dance, and fertility. Harps and flutes were common in both royal courts and common households, highlighting music's universal appeal across social classes. The intertwining of music and religion is a recurring theme across cultures, emphasizing sound's power to transcend the ordinary. Meanwhile, in the forests of Europe, early humans crafted bone flutes with precise holes to produce distinct notes. These instruments suggest an early grasp of musical scales and an appreciation for melody. Archaeological finds reveal that music likely played a role in social cohesion, rituals, and perhaps even early forms of entertainment. The universality of music across time and geography hints at its fundamental role in human experience. Even the materials used to create instruments tell a story. From animal bones and hides to wood, stone, and metal, ancient peoples utilized what their environments provided. This resourcefulness resulted in an astonishing variety of sounds and playing techniques. For instance, string instruments like the ancient Egyptian harp and the Indian veena evolved alongside the development of metal strings and sophisticated tuning methods, influencing musical traditions that continue today. The evolution of musical instruments also mirrors technological and cultural exchanges. Silk Road traders not only transported goods, but also shared musical ideas and instruments, blending styles from east to west. The lute, for example, has origins tracing back to the Middle East and influenced European music during the Renaissance. This cultural fusion enriched the global musical landscape, demonstrating how music acts as a bridge between peoples. Furthermore, many ancient instruments held symbolic meanings beyond their sound. Drums often represented the heartbeat of the earth or the rhythm of life itself. Flutes were sometimes seen as voices of the wind or messengers of the gods. The crafting and playing of instruments involved rituals and taboos, underscoring their sacred status. These instruments were not mere objects but vessels of meaning and connection. Today, archaeologists and ethnomusicologists continue to uncover and study ancient instruments, piecing together the sounds of the past. Replicas are made, and ancient playing techniques are revived, allowing us to experience echoes of history firsthand. This ongoing exploration enriches our understanding of human creativity and the enduring power of music. So next time you pick up a guitar, play a piano, or simply listen to a melody, remember that you're part of a vast continuum. From the first bone flute's tentative notes to the complex orchestrations of today, music has been a constant companion to humanity, shaping societies, expressing the inexpressible, and weaving a rich tapestry of sound that connects us all across time and space.